Hi guys, welcome back. Nice to see you again. First of all, we've got something to talk about. What is this?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
But joking aside, it does help loads if you can give us a like on the video below, because I do know who you are, the people who aren't doing it. With that being said, let's get on with the video today. We're going to be doing illusion art, so let's get stuck in. Right, so you're just going to need a piece of paper, a grey pen or pencil, and a black pen for this, and maybe a ruler. So starting off, just going to fold the piece of paper in half. And then I'm going to take my grey pen out, and then starting up near the top left corner, just going to draw a nice straight line. If you want to use a ruler, you can, all the way down through the centerpiece, and then the same again on the other side. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if it's really, really wobbly, you might want to use a ruler, and it might turn out a bit nicer. And then I've got my black pen. I'm going to go on starting with the first grey line, and I'm just going to draw a diagonal line down to the centerpiece, and then the same again. And then just reverse that. So I'm going to start with my grey inside and go to the outside, the black inside line, and go to the grey outside line. And then the same again on the other side. Okay. And now we're putting in the rungs of the ladder. Start in the middle so that you can get them nice and evenly spaced out. And then down the rungs towards the floor. And with your grey pen, do the same. Start in the middle. Try and line up the grey pen with the black pen. Lovely. If you need to pause it, because I know it's quite tricky when you first do this. Okay, and then if you just pan round, you should be able to see that the ladder starts to come out from the paper and it starts to look all 3D-ish. If you want to use a camera to record it, it actually looks better on camera. This time we're going to do a 3D sort of illusion piece of Pikachu. So we get a pen. You can do it with pencil to start with. I'm just going to do it with pen. So you're making a nice round circle or curved shape for the top of his hat, and then like a really thin leaf shape for his ear, and then this curves round. That's the side of his head, and then we're going to add the next little bit of his ear in. And then we're going to sweep all the way down now and go out and round and then back up for his body. Have a little look at that. Have a go yourself. If you want to do it in pencil first, it's sometimes a little bit easier. It looks a bit like a pear shape. So, just going to add this extra bit in because that's his hat. Next, we're going to draw the brim of his hat. So this is like the peak of his cap. So we're just going to do a nice curved shape round just above the middle of his body. Try and do it in one nice sweep. And then his other ear. So we're going to make like a thin leaf shape for his ear. And then this bit's going to be the inside of his cap, because it's a bit too big for him. If you want to go straight, you can actually go straight through the ear there, as long as you go near the bottom, because we're going to shade this bit in anyway. Okay, we might as well shade in the other side while we're waiting. Next, we're going to do the top or the sides of his hat. So we just go up nice and straight. You can do a little curve if you like. Mine was a bit straight. And then a nice curve for the top. And a little button on top. And then 2 big nice circles for his eyes. And then 2 little circles on the inside for a little bit of highlight. And then shade those in. Colour them all. The outside of his eyes. Gives him those lovely glassy, shiny eyes. For his nose, sometimes I used to do a little dot, just a line like that. You can do a triangle, or some people do a little heart. And for the top of his mouth, his lip, you do like a little moustache shape. And then a nice curve just going round and down. And then pop in his tongue and shade it in. That's starting to look just like Pikachu. But to really make it look like him, you need to get he's got little blushy circles on his cheeks. And a bit of shade in the inside of his cap. And then for his feet, I'm just going to do one just juts out, a bit more flat on the bottom. And this one's going to go straight down. So it looks like he's leaping or starting to come off the ground a little bit. A line down here for the front of his cap. The front bit's white and the back bit's red. And then I'm going to do a little D shape on the back. So, because it's going to be, the shade's going to be in there, so it's going to be nice and dark inside. And then just put a few extra little lines on, just to show a little bit of, give it a little bit of a 3D look. So his arms are just going to curve down there. And you're just going to do the same thing again with his other arm. And then 3 little triangles and curve back out. It's looking lovely. So he just needs his tail. So for his tail, just going to do a little L shape. Like this. And then just going to be a big sweeping line straight out. And then same on the other side, the little zigzaggy L shape. Amazing. So next job, we need a ruler and we need a pencil. So I'm just going to draw a straight line right across the front through his body, but don't go through his body. Stop when you get to those bits. And then they're going to, as it comes towards you, it's going to get wider. And then try and do the same angle on the other side. Try and make it wider. And then just finish it off. There with a nice straight line along the bottom to tidy it up. So next we're going to shade in just around underneath his legs. So you're just shading along and going in close to his body. So you might want to use a 4B, 5B, 6B because they're a bit softer and easier to work with when you're shading. Right, so all you need now is a tissue or a cotton wool bud, and we're just going to smudge all those lines together and try and soften up the shadow. You can see it's getting nice and smooth. Shadows, to make it look a little bit more realistic, the shadows are a bit softer. You don't want your pencil lines in your shadow. And then I'm just using a rubber here just to take off the extra pencil lines that were around the edge. I couldn't smudge, so if you want to do that, you can. And then I'm going to go back over the top and just smooth out those lines a little bit more if I can, and soften the edges off. Okay, so next job is to do a little bit of cutting, or tidy up as well. You'll need some scissors for this job, and we're just going to cut along the lines so that Pikachu is set on a new square. I'll speed this bit up because it's a little bit boring. If you have a look at how I've done after, if you wait and see what it looks like, it might make it easier to cut. And if you're anything like me, you might need a little bit of help cutting up, because it can be really frustrating when you're trying to cut out a nice line and you just mess it up. So if you want to get your parents to help you, or your elder brother or sister, it might be a good idea. Right, so looking pretty good here. If you want to colour yours in, it'd be amazing. His hat's red and white, and obviously he's yellow, and his cheeks are red as well. Send them in. I'd love to see them. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.